Welcome to Bigelow Woodcraft. Today's a big day for us. We're shutting down the wood room. We're shutting down the central boiler. It's been running since October 9th, and today is April 28th. It gets to a point where I'm not using enough heat. It just sits there and smolders. It always takes back off, but it's just to feed it, and for all the little heat I use, it's really not worth it. So it's been a little over almost 7 months that it's been running, 6.5 months exactly. We do use a little propane in the fall because I try to put it off, a little bit. Usually in September, we have to turn the furnace on. So October 9th this year, we turned it on. April 28th, we're shutting her down. I just looked, the temperature's at 105. We're going to shut her down, and I'll take you along with what I do. I got my dust mask in there. Usually I clean it out maybe 3-4 times a year. But right now, I think I only cleaned it 3 this year. And I have a big pile of ash in there. Probably about 6 inches above the door. So let's go get this taken care of. It's probably going to take a couple of scoops from the tractor. And I'll show you what I do with it. I spread all this on my food plot. So let's get this light on so you can see what's going on in there. She's out. Yeah, that's a lot of ash. I always wear some sort of mask when I empty this out, and this dust mask looks pretty good. I have a couple more full face one, but it's important. There's a lot of ash in here, and it will get pretty dusty in here. And when we're done with that, we'll scrape the box, then we'll top it off with water for next year. Oh, there's a lot of ash in here. Central boiler, I got the central boiler in 2004. This was the 20th season for this wood stove, and it's not leaking yet. Knock on wood. Okay, let's head out there to the food plot. I'll take you out there and I'll show you where I dump it. Oh, that's not good for my tree. What I just panned is my food plot. I plant rye in here. I'm going to disc this up probably in the next couple of weeks, rototiller it all up. It's really weedy right now because last year I didn't put anything in it. The reason being is the rye grew back last year. The annual rye grew back. So I was pretty happy with that. But now it's after it died in the fall, and the deers got done with it, there's nothing left out here except weeds. So we're going to spread this ash on here. I know I don't ever test my soil. This is an oak forest. It's been oak for over 100 years, and the ground is sour. I've tried to grow other things in this food plot, and really rye is the only thing I can get to grow in here. But I've been building the soil up for, like I said, 20 plus years now, 25 years almost. I've put everything from sheetrock, old sheetrock, not with paint on it, but from cut off from a friend of mine who was building. Let them sit all year, then I disc that in with the paper and all the lime. I throw fertilizer on it every year. I'm thinking about maybe pumpkins this year, along with some rye. If the pumpkins don't work out, then we'll throw the rye back in the fall. Or some other crop. What do you think I should plant in here? It's sandy. What do you plant in your food plots? Like I said, I always plant the winter rye. I've tried like a mix, professional bag of different seeds, and it didn't really grow well. So let's get this spread and see what happens. That's what I have left, so quite a bit still. Probably one more bucket load. But what I'm going to do now, I have this giant dental pick, and I'm going to start scraping the bottom. So I'm going to work on just getting the corners cleaned out. And we'll end up getting a shovel, 2 or more. I'll even scrape the walls a little. Then again, pull all that forward so I can shovel it out. There's a few more things I need to do in there. I got to sweep, obviously, the floor. And also, every summer, when I get the power washer out, I'll just hit the inside, just the ceiling, just brighten it all up and bring a lot of the cobwebs and the dust down. I got to sweep that out. And then what I do is I take a gallon of old motor oil and I just dump it all over inside that box and just to help prevent it from rusting. And another thing I still need to do, I need to top it off with water. All right, let's go dump this. I won't take you along with that. All right, so let's top this off with water for next year. This light's still on. I don't know if you can see it. Right up there is where I got to put the water. Ooh, dirty up here. And rightfully so. Just a couple more things. Let's look in here. Doesn't look bad. Just a little bit of ash right there, but I'm not going to worry about that. I've literally only cleaned this chimney one time in 20 years, and that was last year. It doesn't build up creosote. Okay. Last thing we got to do, we got to cap the chimney. Yeah, it's a sketchy ladder. It's upside down, but it's the one that was on top. I don't feel like pulling out the 32-footer. I can get up there. You know the season's done when you put the cap on it. All right, let's go up, get the hose, put the cap back on. Ooh, long ways up. And dirty up here. Okay, that cap's on. Until we meet again in October. After the season in 2006, when I dumped my ash, we had a spark get loose, and this was the result. Ever since that day, I always try to make sure the ash is completely cooled down, and it's a rainy day when I do clean the stove.